I love it when an animated movie that looks like it's only gonna appeal to kids appeals more to adults. I mean, that's just awesome. Zootopia is the latest Disney movie that's about a bunny named Judy Hopps who's been training as a cop her entire life, since it's been her dream since she was a kid to become a cop one day and move to Zootopia. And when that finally happens, there's been these crimes of missing animals being reported, and she needs to work together with Nick Wilde, a fox, to go and find these missing animals. So one of my favorite aspects of this movie is that it surprised the heck out of me. All those trailers that you've seen for this movie, it looks like it's like, it's gonna be a cute, adorable looking movie with animals as humanoid people, and they're, walking around in a city called Zootopia, and you thought that was gonna be it. Oh my gosh, this movie surprised the heck out of me. Everything I thought the movie was gonna be, it wasn't actually the movie. There was a story, there was a heart in this movie, and it was a lot more than I thought it'd be. First things first that surprised me are the characters. Nick Wilde and Judy Hopps, they're great together. They have amazing chemistry. Jason Bateman voices Nick Wilde. He plays a sly fox, he's the cool guy, he's a know-it-all, and he just did a great job voicing him. Judy Hopps, I'm not sure who plays her, but I'm gonna put a picture of her up here just so you wanna know. But she did great as well because she made the character Judy Hopps. She did a great job making it into a character and not just like, a cute, adorable little bunny that kids could go look at. And they both did a great job. Their chemistry together was great, and I love these two characters. Hope to see them in more stuff because they were great. If these two characters didn't work as well as they did in this movie, then I think the whole movie would have been dragged down with them because they were the main focus of the movie, which surprised the heck out of me. The characters were the point of the movie. They made them fulfilling characters. They made them have a point. They made them relatable. They are great characters that you connect with, and you get what's troubling them, and you get why they're doing this. So why I think this movie's so surprising is that it really focuses on the story more than it does with jokes. There was a point in this movie where jokes just stopped, and it was all like a serious tone trying to lead the story further on, and I love that. I love that they focused more on the importance of the story than it did on, slapstick comedy or something like that. And I just love the fact that this was more story driven than it was with the jokes and the comedic aspect. There were some moments in this movie where I was completely caught off guard, and I was just surprised sitting there on my seat, and I just loved it. I mean, this movie gets deep, like deeper than you expect, because the trailers really didn't show anything that this movie is really about. It gets sad sometimes, and sometimes really frightening scenes that I don't think are really for kids, because this movie deals with racism and drugs, which is crazy that I'm saying that, because I did not expect any of that. And speaking of drugs, there was a reference in this movie that I just laughed out loud. It's a Breaking Bad reference in a Disney movie. Never thought I needed it, never thought I wanted it, but my life needed that. Yeah, the jokes in this movie are gonna fly by kids' heads. Like, most kids that are younger than at least 10 years old aren't gonna get many of the jokes in this movie. I heard more adults laughing in the theater I was in than kids were, but they are still gonna love this movie. They're gonna look at the animation because it's beautiful animation. We know Disney, and I just want to praise this movie because everything in it it was right. I was watching this movie all around and I was looking for flaws, and I'm just like, I don't think there's been a single flaw in this movie. Of course there are flaws in every movie, and I think one of the biggest ones in this movie is just that the beginning feels more like a kids movie than the rest of the movie does. Not the first scene, because the first scene sets up what you're going to be seeing later, but then there's like this kid-friendly exposition to show the kids like, oh, this is what's happening, you got to know this and that and this and that. Guys, I just genuinely love this movie. It surprised the heck out of me. I don't think it's meant for kids that are younger than 8 years old, at least, because there's a couple of scenes that really caught me off guard and were really, really intense. And there's political aspect in this movie, which is crazy to me. This movie reminded me a lot of The Incredibles. There's a lot of situations in that movie that aren't meant for kids, and Zootopia pretty much did what The Incredibles did back then, and I loved those themes. There was themes of racism, there was references to The Godfather, which kids haven't seen. I just love this movie. I really hope it gets the recognition it deserves, because for some reason Frozen is still getting recognition for Let It Go 3 years ago, and I just think the other Disney movies they've made, like Tangled, Wreck-It Ralph, Big Hero 6, and this movie deserve a lot more recognition than Frozen does. Not saying I hate Frozen, it's an okay movie, but it's overrated. But what I'm saying is, this movie was amazing. I totally recommend it. It was a great family movie to watch because that's all I was expecting. I was just like, okay, good movie with the families. Let's go. Good movie with the family. Was blown away. This movie is amazing, and I really do recommend this movie. Hopefully you guys watch it, and I hope you like this review. If you did, like and subscribe, and see you later, guys.